Thank you, Madam Chair. Secretary Yellen, nice to see you this morning, and I appreciate your being here. As you know, I'm the ranking member on small business, and it's disappointing that we're now at 345 days since you have failed to do your statutory duty by showing up there. Just a quick question, do you intend to show up at all at the Small Business Committee to do your job of reporting on the PPP program?
Your mic.
Microphone, please. Microphone. Madam
Sorry,
Chair,
I've
I respect your comment, but let's be honest here. You're required to be in front of small business, and you're not there. You're here this morning, thankfully, that's fine. You go to other committee hearings, but you never show up at that one. I was surprised that the chairman of the committee, Ms. Velasquez, didn't ask you this question, because it's very plain in the law. It says you show up, and you haven't done it. So my question is, do you intend to show up?
Well, I'll have my staff work with yours to discuss it.
That would be fantastic. Thank you. I think it's a repeat of the last question or time we've talked about this, but at least it's a commitment to do something. With regards to the subject we have in front of us this morning, I want to ask you the same question that I asked Chairman Powell the other day, which was, I think this is a very instructive moment from the standpoint that I'm thankful and agree with a lot of the sanctions that you're putting on the Russian economy, the oligarchs, all the other things you're doing. I don't disagree with those things. I think we better do that and more. My concern was, or is, that it got done late. We should have had this done instead of being reactive, we should have been proactive. And we knew that the Russians were building 3 hospitals on the Ukrainian border. We knew they were going in, and yet we did nothing until after the fact. So my comment to you, my question to you this morning is, knowing that this was going to happen, we did nothing. We now, I think the ranking member made a comment this morning about China, knowing that they're going to go in. In fact, there's a published report in the newspapers last week that said that China was going to go into Taiwan this fall and decided not to do it. I don't know whether that report is true or not, but it was in the paper, so therefore I think we need to take it seriously. And if that's the case, are you working with the administration, are you putting plans in place as a Treasury Secretary to come up with some deterrence with sanctions right now before they get in there and not wait till after they invade Taiwan?
Well, look, we told Russia that we would impose very heavy costs on it if it invaded Ukraine. And the purpose was to deter that action. You wouldn't deter the action by putting in place sanctions before
Yes, you can, Madam Chair. Don't
something
respect.
had occurred.
You can do that. When they built the hospitals on the border, you said that's an incendiary action on your part. Therefore, we're going to do this. If you build another one, we're going to do this. If you build another one, we're going to do that. If you invade, we're going to do this. That can be done. There is a way to deter that if it's structured correctly. And my question is, are you thinking about doing this with China? Yes or no?
We are certainly working together in the administration to have in place
Okay.
a wide range of tools and strategies.
Okay. With regards to other actions that are going on right now, Madam Chair, I'm very concerned about a speech that was made recently by one of the members of your FSOC. Do you think financial stability of the United States would be threatened if roughly a quarter of the deposits of the United States were not insured by the FDIC? Do you think it will hurt the financial stability of our country if 25% of the bank deposits in this country were not insured by the FDIC?
So I'm not sure what you're referring to, but I would certainly say that deposit insurance has played a critical role in making runs
I'm sure you would
very
agree, Madam
rare.
Chair. I'm sure you would agree that this is extremely important. The FDIC insurance underpins the stability of our banking economy. If Mr. Stile could just please stand and sit still so I could see the chairman, that'd be great. Thank you. Apologize. Because what happened was Mr. Chopra, and I have his speech right here, made a speech last week in which he made a comment that he thought it was okay to limit access. One of the punitive actions he took or suggested as a result of continued violations by bankers and big banks especially, was to limit access to deposit insurance and put banks directly into receivership. Don't take my remarks wrong here. I think if these guys are doing bad things, they need to be punished, they need to be fined, thrown in jail. I don't care. But what you're doing when you undermine the financial system by saying, pulling FDIC insurance. You're hurting the consumers, the customers of those banks, and this is a gentleman who is intended, or should be worried about consumers. I would hope that you'd be concerned about that.
Gentleman's time has expired. The gentlewoman from Ohio.